Welcome, beautiful yogis. Welcome to Love Your Life Yoga. Our practice today is a grounding practice to bring us out of our overthinking, fully into our bodies and connected to the ground where we live. So, welcome. We begin in an upright seat. Lovely to see you. I could see you better if you opened your cameras. Thank you. And as you raise your spine, take a big inhale and bring your shoulders up around your ears. Pucker up your face. Close your eyes. Make fists as we hold this breath. And let the breath go. Let go your fists, your shoulders. All the breath out. And let's repeat that. Inhale, shrug up, tighten your muscles in your hands, in your shoulders, buttocks, toes, and release all of that with the exhalation. Let your face soften into a little smile as we do it one more time. Breathe in. Hold the breath, clench, puckered up face, belly pulls in, buttocks squeeze, toes clench. Release all of that with your exhalation, and this time just feeling inwards and letting your awareness come all the way into your body and notice what's here. We now come into a little conscious breathing, yogic breaths, diaphragmatic breaths. So let your inhale begin low in your belly and feel it rise. All the way to fullness. The exhalation through your nose returns that same pathway from the top through the middle to your relaxing belly. And stay with this. Deeply, fully in. All the way to the top, tall spine, relaxed body. Exhale smoothly out through your nose. And we go again in this slower breathing. The feeling of the rising tide of your inhalation. The feeling of the slow, calm exhalation. We are bringing awareness exquisitely to the breath and the feeling of it in the body. We'll take this 2 more times. Linking with the slow, conscious breath changes. Brain pattern, nervous system. Brings us here and now. One more time, please. We follow now with alternate nostril breathing. So your right hand thumb closes off your right nostril. The inhale is through the left. Same slow rising tide of inhale. Switch nostrils, so the exhale will be through your right and the descending feeling of breath going out as it leaves through your right nostril. In right. Switching for the exhalation. Out left. And in left. Changing sides. The breath goes out through the right side of your nose. And comes in through the right side. Right nostril is the solar channel. Switch for the left. the lunar channel. In left. And switch with the exhalation through the right. This final inhale now through the right brings us to a pause. Let your hand rest down, palms down, spine tall, exhaling now through the both nostrils. And the inhale through both nostrils. Sensing and feeling into your state of being. As you exhale again, lower the chin, let the eyes open. And looking down at your feet, let's go ahead and grab one of your feet and let's bring it up and give it a little massage. So you can run both your thumbs into the bottom of your feet and massage into the arch and into the padding, the ball of your foot. Just giving a nice little rub and coming now also into your heel. Great, everyone. And now let's give a little space here to smack your foot, both the bottom and the top, clapping. Little clap on your feet. Great. All right, can you lift the foot enough to give it a little circling? You can grind it yourself with your hand, circling that foot, and the other way. Lovely. All right, so we brought a little sensation to that foot. Pick up your other foot. And we begin with giving it a little massage with your thumbs prodding the sole of the foot. Perhaps you find little sensitive areas or soft, hard, feeling it out. But in the massaging, we're bringing energy to the foot, connecting with the foot. And the foot, of course, is where we meet the earth in our natural state. Great. Once you've given your foot a little massage, let's give it a little smack down. Clap, clap, clap. And a little winding, a grinding with your free hand. Just circle your foot lightly around the ankle and the other way. Lovely, everyone. And bring your foot back down and come into this easy cross-legged seat. Renew your sit bone connection to the ground and bring your hands now to your knees. Let's come into the spine. So bring your heart forward, inhaling, raise your chin, and then exhaling, round your back. So you can hold on to the knees, round your back, droop the tailbone, and look down. Pulling forward again on the inhalation. Lift into the heart, stretch from pubis to throat. And then as we exhale and round, see if you can draw your belly in and lengthen from tailbone to the back of your neck. Let's repeat this. So your slow breathing and your exquisite attention will bring you right into the body, into this undulating spine, and the exhalation has that added internal contraction. Leave that contraction go as we inhale and spread across the heart and the throat. The exhale, the back rounds, and we Draw both the pelvic floor and the navel, lower belly. Squeeze it in. Release for the one more time. Rocking forward. Lift your heart. Take the shoulders wide and back. And exhale. Round, 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 and round. Internal squeeze. Terrific, everyone. A hand from here. Let's come to all fours. In the Ayurvedic system, they talk about Vata. Vata is the air element. Good. From all fours, we do the same action with the spine as we did a moment ago. Feels a little different here. Lift your heart on inhale. Tuck under and round, internal squeeze as we exhale and bow the head. In this time of human history, and also in the season of fall, we tend to that air element becoming out of balance internally, which means we think a lot, we feel anxiety, the wind is blowing. And the grounding practice that we have today is to alleviate too much air, too much thinking. Keep going with this exhalation, internal squeeze, broaden your back. And stay with this, really feeling into your breathing and the moving. Continue and let it feel pleasant. See if you can enjoy this simple moving and breathing. Coming to our last one. From your neutral back, widen your knees to the edges of the mat and bring your feet close together and draw your seat back and walk your arms, your hands forward. Draw the tailbone down and move your sitting bones towards your heels as much as your body allows. And feel that even your heart can drop towards the ground. Forehead at rest, long slow breaths. On the next inhalation, please come back to all fours, tabletop position. And we move now into a variation of the cow-cat, where we take the right knee up behind and lift the heart. The exhalation is the knee drawing forward and bowing towards your knee. 1 and 2. Take it really slow, as though moving through water. 3. Let's do 2 more of these. Bringing a lot of movement into your spine, stabilizing through your hands and your strong arms. And we have 1 more, please. Deep inward contraction. And bring your right knee back. And we take second side, where we raise the left knee up. Inhalation. Lift your heart. Knee to nose, exhalation, and round under. Each inhalation, there's spaciousness in your heart, stretching your quad, and as you exhale and squeeze in, there's a deep inner contraction. That's 2. and 3. Fully in and completely out. Nice and slow, moving that knee. Here comes the last one. Nice, everyone. Come on up to a kneeling position and light fists. Just circle and release any tension in your wrists. Great, and then we'll open up into the wrists a little bit. So extend your left arm and pull your hand back. Your left fingers pull back with your right hand, stretching into the palm of the hand and the wrist. Great, and release. We take second side, your right arm, left hand pulls your hand back and comes into a nice opening for your right wrist and palm. Lovely. Release, shake it out, and walk your way back to hands and knees. From here, it is the right leg now, parallel to the mat. Now don't lift your right hip, take it down, and the toe points down, and your left arm could reach forward. And so now we want to find a balance, a little spot on the ground to hold your steady gaze, attention on the breath. Smoothening your breath, even if at first it's a little choppy, as we are trying to stay balanced here. Lovely, we've got one more breath in, and replace your left hand and your right knee. Great. Ease your right wrist a moment, and let's circle the buttocks. Circle your hips. Notice which way you are going. Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Doesn't matter, just know. One more in the same direction. And we come back to the neutral all fours position, and we'll take the left leg back parallel to the mat. Toes point down, heart is lifted. Level hips, and the right arm reaches forward. Fix your gaze, draw your belly slightly in, that also helps with balance. And now smoothen your breathing. On exhale, hand and knee comes back down. Ease your left wrist a moment. And then we circle the hips again, this time going in the opposite direction. Lovely. Come back to your neutral back. And now would you walk your palms a little forward, spread the fingers, press the finger pads down. This is a downward facing dog. So curl your toes and come on up. As you press your palms, draw your hips back, adjust your feet so they're parallel. And remember, it's not about the heels coming to the mat. It is about stretching your calves. So it might feel good to bend one knee at a time, pressing the other heel downer, switching each time that you exhale, staying connected to breath. And this time, this exhale, press both heels downer. Raise your tail higher and heart through the shoulders. Nice deep breath in. Hold the fullness of your breath. And then bring your knees down and take a little moment in child's pose. So this gentle child's pose could mean hands near feet. Could be hands making a little pillow for your brow. And sit back as deeply as you can. And let your breath go all the way to your back. Child's pose. We're tucked in small and we're close to the ground. Make your way back to fours and to downward facing dog. Slow breaths in downward dog. On breath in, inch your feet back a little bit so you can come into plank. And on the exhale, bring your knees down, keep your hips lifted, bring your chest down and your chin down. And then flatten your pelvis down, slide your hands forward, and rise up into Sphinx pose. Breathe here, continuing to ground through the wrists and the finger pads. Forearms, nice lifted heart. Engaged legs and your conscious breathing filling this shape. And the next exhalation, slide the hands back, curl your toes under. Let's go to hands and knees. And dip your seat towards your heels. And then return to downward facing dog. Find ease and extension, balancing effort with ease. Slow deep breaths. On the inhale, bring your body to plank. On the exhale, it's knees, chest, and chin. Come on down. Flatten the pelvis. Lift the chest. And this time, hands stay next to your ribs. Pointing your toes and lift your heart for little cobra. Breathe deep and full. So one of the ways that we ground more deeply is that we hold the shape a little longer and repeat the poses a little more often. And the breath connects it all. We've got one more breath in here. On the exhale, tuck toes, lower forehead, come to knees, dip towards your heels, and return to downward dog. Cycling through, breathing deep. Feel the heat or shifting sensations through your body. Are you ready? Coming again to plank. Knees, chest and chin. Little cobra, flatten the pelvis, point the toes, and lift your heart. Feel free to use your hands here, or perhaps to reach your arms back and clasp at your sacrum. pulling up a little higher, and stay spacious in the back of your neck. Deep, full breathing. Nice big full breath in. And exhale, make a little pillow now, and we have a moment to relax the whole body. Relax, soften the muscles. Let the breath deeply in and completely out. Nice, everyone. Are you ready? Hands next to your ribs, curl the toes, come to knees, dip back to your heels, and return to downward dog. Fully present, smiling at the voice in the head that will have a little bit of a running commentary. It's probably old and repetitive thoughts. Are you ready? Coming again to plank. Knees, chest and chin to lower. Flatten the pelvis. Chest lift, toes point. Arms reach back. Stay to breathe. And perhaps lifting your both legs. See where you're at. Now slow down the breath. Find ease in this shape. We have one more breath in. And we get that little breather again. Make a pillow and relax your back muscles. Let the ground hold you full frontal. And now, hands next to your ribs. Curl your toes, as we've been doing, to the knees. Dip back and return to downward dog. This time, walk your feet a little forward. So all the weight comes onto your feet. Keep your knees a little bent. Once you've got your parallel feet, fold the arms and let the crown of the head drop down. Plenty of bend in the knee to make this very accessible. And now feeling into your body, maybe let your upper body, your elbows rock a little, side to side. And this too, just a nice grounding place. Reminds me a little bit of an elephant trunk, and we know that elephants are probably the most grounded of animals. They walk so carefully on the land. Feel your feet steady on the land. Nice. Let the arms dangle now. Knees bend a little deeper. And now we're going to unfurl up to standing really slowly. Keep your chin low and roll up while breathing in. All the way up. And then, ready to exhale, lower your chin, bend your knees, and come back down. And roll back down, your hands on the ground or on your shin bones. Inhale, the head stays low, knees stay bent. Curl up to standing. Once you're up, the legs can straighten, the shoulders draw back. And we roll down again on the exhalation. The chin fold forward, the shoulders can hang, the knees are bent to support the grounding feet. At the end of the breath is a nothing moment. And repeat in the rolling up. Breathe in. Lovely, we've got one to go. Exhale, chin. Body rounds, rolls forward. Nice, beautiful. Inhale, come all the way up. And this time, as we're up, spread your arms wide and reach up, prayer pose, and pull the sky, as it were, down into your heart and feel all the way into your feet on the ground. Pause and feel this steady moment. Lovely. Please step your left foot forward and your right foot back. Not too far apart, with your hips now squared to the short end of your mat. And bring your palms together. The front leg towards or all the way straight. A little bend is fine. Steady here. As the breath comes in, sweep your arms out to the side and up. On the exhalation, let your heart lead as you exhale your hands somewhere on your left leg. Now bring your spine halfway up, inhale. On the exhalation, lie a little closer to that left leg. Keep retracting that left hip. Steady feet, inhale, come all the way upright. Reach tall and pull down into the heart and step forward. Pause a moment in the stability. Left foot now steps back. Square your hips, so the left hip a little forward, right sit bone a little back. Root your feet. Here we go. Widen up come the arms. Stretch up. Heart leads, exhalation over that right leg. Inhale to the flat back. And exhale, fold again over your leg. Steady feet to rise. Coming up. And prayer pose. Step your right foot back. Flowing now with this variation. Inhale, arms widened up. Squared shoulders and hips as we exhale forward. Hands make contact, ground or shin or knee. Lengthen your spine parallel to the mat for the inhale. And lie a little closer to your left leg for the exhale. Rise up. Ground and rise and step forward. Left foot back. Steady feet. Inhale, arms widened up. Looking good, everyone. Exhale, forward. Halfway up as the inhale. And fold on your exhale. Come up. And a step. Nice pause here. Bring now your hands to your hips. We can stay in this orientation and step your right leg back. And you can have a few goes at it and bring the ball of the foot onto the mat and your right heel is off. And you are stabilizing internally and bending into your left knee. Arms are alongside. Steady. And now raise the arms up. The shoulders rest on your ribs. The arms are aloft. And our breath is a stabilizing, steady force. One more. Exhale, lower your hands to your hips, lean forward to step forward. And stabilize here, standing tall, arms alongside. Feel the energy coursing through your body. And we repeat now with the left foot stepping back far enough that your right knee can bend some or a lot. Back heel is off the ground, and steady yourself best you can to really ground. And once you've found that groundedness, raise your arms aloft with the shoulders at rest and your arms just hanging in the air. A lot of energy going through the feet to ground. Nice, hands to hips. Lean forward to step forward. And steady here, arms alongside, and feel this moment. Nice, everyone. Let's take a wide stance along the length of your mat. So the feet are parallel, slightly inwardly turned. Hands can be on your hips. Lift your heart as we breathe in and come forward. So feel free to bend your knees, to let your arms hang or reach forward. Fingertips on the ground in front as the hips pull back. Widen your arms and draw the shoulders down the way we did a moment ago when the arms were aloft. And now notice where the sensation is, leaving plenty of room in the back of the neck to breathe slow and deep. Lovely, plenty of bend in the knees. Bring hands either to your thighs or to your hips. And inhale, come upright and walk your feet together. And find groundedness and lift, steady and breath. Nice. Please take your feet wide again. And let's take triangle pose. So let's turn out to the right, your right foot. I'm mirroring you here. Left heel slightly away. Ground deeply, spread widely, and grow tall for breath in. And triangle pose. Know that it matters that your trunk is over your leg and not that your bottom hand reaches the ground. And breathe slow and deep. Root your feet. Inhale, come back to upright. Relax your arms. And take second side. Just swivel your feet. Good. And so we like to have a straight, turned out leg, but sometimes you got an owie knee. You just bend the knee a little bit. Listen to your body. Ground, lengthen up, spread wide for the in. And over we go for triangle pose and coming into this shape. So make sure that your up arm has purpose. It's not floppy and hanging. Make it straight and let your fingers point upwards. And that your bottom hand is making contact without ambition. Ambition tends to bring the trunk forward if your hand is trying to reach the ground. And breathe. Good. Grounding to rise. Coming up. Relax the arms. Walk your feet together. And ground your feet. Get steady. And we're still grounding, but want to see if we could raise the heels. So inhale your arms forward, raise your heels, and then exhale as you lower your heels, bend the knees and sweep your arms back. You can bend the knees as deep as you like. Inhale, straighten up. Raise your heels, get tall. And exhale, lower the heels, bend your knees and sweep the arms back. Deep as you like in your knees and hips. Inhale, rise. Find the balance point. And exhale. Sink into this chair pose, skier's pose. That's 4. We'll do one more. Lovely. Rise up, circle the arms alongside and pause in this standing place. Lovely, everyone. Let's try a balance pose. I'm going to go to the wall because I have one wonky knee. And so feel free to go to the wall or hold on to something as we step into one foot and raise the other knee up and take the knee out and bring it foot to the inseam of your leg and stand really tall. Tree pose. Feel free to raise your arms, to raise your heart, grounding through that single foot and rising through the stem, the trunk of your body all the way. Lovely. Knee forward and step your foot down and stand on 2 feet and feel that difference. Slow, deep breath. Holding steady, holding calm. Nice, you ready for second side? Step into your other foot and bring your knee up. Turn it out and bring your heel towards your groin or below the knee. You can also have the ball of the foot on the mat. That's a little stabilizing. We're really trying to find a strength on the one leg and the one hip and balance. Feel free to raise your arms up. Lovely. Good to keep practicing this. And come on out and come back onto your mat. Taking a moment in Tadasana. Standing tall, deeply rooted. Only the crown of the head is reaching up. Good. Step the feet wide. Little wider for warrior 2. So turning out your right leg. Left heel slides away. Come into a good lunge as your body is willing. Remember the knee is over the ankle and not beyond. Good. Hips are directly as are the shoulders, and then the big wide arms and the gaze over the turned out knee side. Breathe and feel. All about slow, diligent breath. Let's leave the lower body as it is. Reach your upper body over that leg. Bring your forearm and lean in. And then your free arm could come either straight up or bring it closer to your head. Side angle. Rolling your belly and your ribs towards the extended up arm. Stretching into your side body, looking good. Breathe deep. Beautiful. Root the feet. Inhale, come upright. And then before we do second side, let's bring the feet to parallel, a little closer in, hands on hips or clasped behind your back. Lift your heart. Forward we go. Feel free to bend the knees any amount. Hands, if your shoulders feel good, clasped and rising straight up as the crown of your head hangs straight down. And breathing into this place. Nice. Root your feet. Use your hands for support or leverage. Inhale, come upright. And stand a moment right here. And now set up for Warrior Two, second side. Turning out your whole entire leg. Find the lunge that's available today. In that knee, in that quad. Upright torso. And Warrior Two. Wide open hips. And gaze turned out. Breathe and stabilize. Our capacity to hold a strong pose is incrementally building inner stability. Lower body stays. Reach over and bring your forearm to that thigh and the upper arm comes over. Your navel and ribs turn towards the upside. Work your back leg as much as your bent knee. Nice ground too. Come on up. And walk your legs back together. This time all the way together. And standing mountain pose. Feeling sensations. Attention to your feet. As though drawing from the earth now, stability and strength. Nice. Please come down to sit along the length of your mat with your knees bent and your feet on the mat. And lean back slightly, keeping your feet rooted, leaning back. And feeling how your core already is activating here. And then let's bring the arms to parallel. Hold steady, explore coming back a little further. Without rounding, press your shoulder blades in, ground the feet. Approaching the boat pose. And as we hold this part, let's inhale, come up a little bit, and exhale, glide back from your strong core, open heart throughout. Sustaining this practice twice more. Lovely. Hold. Bring your hands down and lower to your forearms on the mat. Slide forward a little bit and be here. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Your heart is a little lifted. We don't want to droop back. We want to keep the heart lifted. Great. Feet come off the mat. And now pedal your legs straight and bending. Exhale, push away. Inhale and exhale, push away. Try to keep the legs fairly low to the ground. Building our nice strong core. And coming to that last one. Lovely. Feet come back to the mat. Press your palms down and come off the elbows. And just draw your knees in, give yourself a little hug and grow your spine tall. Give the tummy area a little stretch. Now we'll take boat pose. So, feet slide forward, lean a little back. I like to start with a little help here. Bring your feet up. Great. And you could stay here, it's a jolly good boat pose. Or you could bring your arms and hold steady here. Some of you might even straighten your legs. For my body today, this is my boat pose. So listen to your body. Keep your breath stable and steady. Lovely. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, feet to the ground and draw your spine up. Take all the roundness out. And bring the soles of your feet together. Slide them a little bit forward. Seat back a little bit. Lift your heart. And come forward. So just inch your way forward out of the hips. A nice long back. Got our hands around the feet again. Maybe give them another little massage. Listen to your lower back and your hips. Perhaps your exhalation allows a slightly deeper forward bend. Nice. Bring your trunk back up, bring your knees in, and slide the legs to straight. So as we do a few seated forward bends, feel free to bring your blankie under your sitting bones to tilt your hips. And we've got the right leg straight. Let's bring the left knee to bend and the heel to the groin. And really get your sit bones nicely grounded. Take both arms up, inhale. And now let your heart lead as we exhale over the leg and grab your knee, your ankle, or your toes, or your strap. Feel into this shape. Breaths are slow and deep. Breaths filling your back. The exhale slowing down. Twice more. Catch the inhale to come up. You could walk up your leg, or you could raise your arms, coming up. And let's bring that wide knee up and set your foot over the straight leg. Adjust your trunk to the middle and bring your elbow around the knee and turn away in the direction of your bent knee. Seated twist. And return to the front. Switch legs. So as you take your right knee out, bring the heel as close as you can to the groin. Adjust your sitting bones. And here we go. Raise both arms up. Heart leads, come forward and hold where you can. Settle in here. Settle in to feel, to let the breath be this exploratory force that guides you to places that are asking for your attention. The exhalation slows down, becomes a little longer. One more, please. Lovely long exhalation. Make your way up. Raise the arms or walk up. And we take our twist. So bring your right knee up and set the foot over. And grow up the midline. Wrapping now your left wrist or elbow around and turning to your right. Little supporting hand behind, upright, and ribs turning. Nice, everyone. Release. Unwind. Slide both legs straight for a moment. Sit bones inch back. Heels press forward. We're going for a seated forward bend. For some, just keep your knees bent or straight. The other thing you could do, if your legs are not quite as flexy, just bring the blocks under, and that'll help. It'll make your feet a little closer. So see what works today. Raise the arms up and come forward, hold where you can. As you keep holding, raise your heart, raise your chest, breathe in, and then let your heart lead and fold a little closer and look down slightly. Breathe into any sense of compression. Long exhale continues. This inhale will come up, all the way up. And we take now this ziggy-zaggy leg position, bending one foot out and the other foot. So this is a variation of that hip opener. So here we are. Sit really tall, feeling it into your hips. And so if you've got your right knee turned out to the right, take your right arm and turn a little out and come a little across. And turn a little out and across. One more. Open, stretch wide, and come across. Good. Now hands on your left shin bone, and see if you can come forward. And now use your hands or your elbows to come forward, and try to be right in the middle between your knees. And you'll feel this in all kinds of places. And breathe into those that are calling for your attention. Expansive, penetrating inhalation, long, slow, releasing exhalation. Head could relax or come down to rest. Nice, everyone. Slowly make your way up. Lean into the thigh that's sitting, your left thigh. Haul your right leg in. Come to center on both sitting bones and make your way to second side. You'll be sitting on your right buttock and find ease here. Notice where it's palpable. Left arm this time, inhale, open, and exhale, come across, and open, and come across. Our hips, our buttocks, close to the ground. Nice. And as you come across again, find the midline between your knees and see if you can hinge forward along that line. Bring your hands forward, maybe that's it. Or maybe you'll come a little deeper and lie forward. That long exhalation facilitates the release of tightness. The ground is holding us. So healing, so healthy to be fully embodied. Feeling into the body. Following the long exhalation and settling for 2 more long breaths. Nice. We're going to come up. Undo your legs and come onto your back now. So orient the way that you like on your mat. Lie back and hug your knees in. Feet come to the mat, arms out wide. Shift your hips slightly right leg over left, and drop your hips leftwards and chin rightwards. At the end of this long exhalation, bring your knees up and let's take second side. Scooch a little left of center with your hips and wrap your left leg over the right, and hips roll right and chin left. Feeling into your body, letting the exhale be long. Lovely, everyone. Bring your knees up, adjust your hips to the center line, and we now slide into final relaxation. So any props that you'd like, bring them in. And your body comes into this neutral, lovely place. Your entire back held by the ground. So we're grounded, and as you settle, sense the feeling of spacious and open, upper body spacious and open. Inward attention as you allow your body to be breathed without interfering. Just let it happen. Sometimes a sigh wants to happen. Allow that too. A sigh, a beautiful releasing. And drop deep, being really very still. know that you can stay exactly as you are. If you're ready to come out, wiggle your fingers, your toes, lie on your side a moment, and really call on gratitude to fill every cell in your body. Grateful. Come on up to sit to complete the practice, feeling your palms together and your seat on the ground. And we greet one another in gratitude. Namaste.